Hi, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. So excited to hear because we're talking about my June reads. Sorry, it took me a little bit. I've had other videos I wanted to get to first, but we're finally talking about it. I ended up reading 8 books in June. Some were really good and some were just okay. But I did read some really good ones though. Let's get to it. Okay, we're gonna do as usual and start from my least favorite all the way to my most favorite. First one I lost. I didn't lose it, it's here somewhere, I just don't know where. Cause I read like all over my house and I'm in the middle of redecorating. So I don't know if it's in my room or here somewhere, it's in a pile, I don't know. It's around, okay? So I don't have the physical with me, but that is Pink Neon by Megan Stockton. And I've told you all what these are about because it was my TBR video, so I'm not going to go into what they're about again. This is one that it's very dark, it's very disturbing, very gritty, and you're going to want to check trigger warnings on this one because it's dark. It's really fucked up. There's good, there's bad. As far as the writing itself is good. I would definitely try another one of her books. The subject matter, it's about sex workers, and so you know that you're gonna get into some darker subject matter. They get into some really difficult circumstances, and this one, like I read 3 different books this time about sex workers, which was unplanned. Like whenever I was doing my TBR, it was accidental that I pulled 3 different ones about sex workers. It just happened that way. But this one was the darkest one. This one really got into the darkness of it and some circumstances that they get into, some situations they get into. And, these ones, they are dealing with like pimps, and those guys are no joke. These guys are just horrible. They're like scum of the earth, horrible guys that they're dealing with, and it gets really dark, and some really terrible scenes are in here, some really dark scenes are in here, so just know that going into this. Some of the issues I had with this though were you don't really get to really know deeply any of the characters. You're knowing them on like the surface, just surface level, and I really wanted to know them more. I really want to know more about how they ended up where they are, and I really wanted to know more about them. I mean, you know some about them. You do get to know a little bit of their backstory, but I really wanted to know more. So there's that. And there was particularly one character, because you know that the premise is that the main character gets to know one of her clients she runs into is a female, and she happens to be a serial killer. That particular client is super interesting, and I really want to know more about her. I really want to know more about her and her backstory, particularly. Like, how did we get here? How did we become this person? And she was just really fascinating, and I wanted to know as much as I could about her, and we really didn't get to learn a lot. So there was that. Okay, so the thing, I would have rated this higher. This ended up being a 2-star. Aside from the not getting to know the characters very well, I still would have rated this higher. However, the ending fucking pissed me off. Like, bad. The ending was ridiculous. Like, I don't want to give anything away. I don't want to give spoilers away. So I can't say much about the ending, but it pissed me off. Yeah, just the way it left things was complete total bullshit. That's all I will say. Without giving things away. I could go on a whole rant. And this was one, like, I wanted to throw the book across the room when I got to the end. I just felt like totally invested in the story, totally invested in wanting to know what was going to happen, and then you get to the end and it was just like a complete and total letdown, and it pissed me off. So yeah, I wanted to throw the book. So this one got 2 stars because of the ending, mostly. So yeah, the ending ruined it. Yeah, it was going okay until then. So that's all I'll say about that. Yeah. And really, honestly, I don't know that I could recommend it because of the ending. Because I don't know that I would willingly just give this to somebody, loan this to somebody and say, hey, read this book, this is great, because I couldn't do that to someone knowing that at the ending is going to completely ruin the whole book. Like, to invest somebody's whole time into something, to know the ending is going to completely ruin it. So anyways, I don't know that I would recommend it because of that. All right, second one is going to be Agnes Aubert's Mystical Cat Shelter. I did learn that's how to pronounce that. I didn't know that before, but now I do. By Heather Fawcett. Okay, so really cute, really sweet cover. This is like a cozy fantasy. Ended up giving this one 3 stars. This was really cute. Like, the cats in this were really cute. They have really sweet names. I love the cats in this. Their antics, their sweet little personalities. They're just, it's a whole vibe. And the cat shelter was my favorite part of this. This ended up having like much higher stakes than I expected. I'm not gonna say it has like huge high stakes, but it did have more higher stakes than I expected for a cozy fantasy. And I really loved Agnes's personality in this. Her character, she was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed her. The romance in this was really not as good as I expected. Like, it almost seemed like an afterthought almost. Like, it is, I don't know, it wasn't really there for me. It was just like, meh, it was okay. But yeah, this almost had too much going on for it to be a cozy fantasy, in my opinion. When I sit down with a cozy fantasy, I just want to really enjoy the atmosphere and just the coziness and just really sink into it. And this just had so much going on, so much, just, there was too much. And then the high, kind of like I said, higher stakes with the magicians and the I don't know, there was more to it than that, but there was still a lot going on for a cozy fantasy. But I still enjoyed it. It still did have some coziness to it. It did have the cozy vibes with the cat shelter and the cats, and they were really sweet. And I wanted more of the cats. And I mean, they were in there. They were very, very present, but just, yeah, the high stakes were interesting. But yeah, it was still enjoyable, and I still liked it, and I couldn't get enough of the cats. They were fun. I'm just flying through this. My battery's gonna die here in a little bit, so. Okay, so I did a reading vlog. I'm gonna link it down below, so be sure to check it out. And there were 3 books in that, and I really go into depth on these books. This is one of them, Strange Weather in Tokyo by Hiromi Kawakami. This is a romance, but it was more like literary fiction. And this is a translated work. It was translated by Allison Markin Powell. This one was also a 3-star read. And like I said, I really go into that more in the vlog. But yeah, this one, what I enjoyed about this one is that we get all the seasons of Tokyo, which I really liked. It was very atmospheric. It was almost a cozy vibe. And it wasn't too much with the romance. It was more friendship most of the way through. It was very slow burn romance. And it was a really interesting relationship because I think he was like 30 years older than her, because he was her teacher at one point. And then she runs into him in this bar, and they strike up this friendship, and it's very reluctant into the romance, but it takes a while to get there. And yeah, it was more of a cozy sort of thing, and I really enjoyed the atmosphere of this book more than anything. So like I said, I will link the vlog down below. Then I read Sugar Baby by Celine Saintclaire. This is also a sex worker book, but this one deals with sugar babies, obviously. The main character of this book, she comes from a very religious household. Her mother is very religious, but her friend is a sugar baby. And she sees her friend have this like lavish lifestyle and these nice things, and she's getting them from being a sugar baby. And she starts thinking, hey, you know, she's like a cleaner, and she's not making that kind of money. And she's like, I wonder if there's something to this, if I should get into this. So she kind of decides to do that, and her mom like kicks her out. So she ends up living with her friend and other sugar babies in this flat in London, and she gets into this lifestyle and becomes a sugar baby. To me, it's a journey to her like self-discovery and empowerment and all that. I think some people didn't see that in this book, but that's what I got out of it. It's sort of a journey to like female empowerment. She gets into some other situations as well because, you know, it is sex work and you're not always respected in sex work. So there is that aspect of it as well. But there are a lot of different facets to this, and there is a lot of other commentary in here as well. She is mixed race, and there's a lot of just multiple different facets to this. None of them are explored like really deeply. But to me, the biggest thing I got out of it, like I said, was her just coming into her like empowerment to me. And just also there's a big like female friendship aspect to this. She ends up staying with these girls, and also you have a lot of drama that comes with that as well. As you can imagine, they're not all of them are friendly, but so you have the drama. You also have this very lush, lavish lifestyle and these parties and, you know, travel and all these things that she gets to experience as a sugar baby. And it's an experience for the reader as well. Just this whole lush atmosphere. I don't know, I really enjoyed that atmosphere. But yeah, there's also obviously religion, commentary on religion and morals and those sorts of things. So, but I really enjoyed it. You don't really get too much into the characters aside from Agnes. And like I said, the commentary doesn't get too deep on any of it either. But it was still a really fun read. I enjoyed it. Ended up giving this one 3 stars. I also read Interview with the Devil. This is the 4th book in the series. And as you all know, I'm obsessed with this series. I've really enjoyed getting into the series. Unfortunately, this one didn't hit as hard as the others, but I've still enjoyed it. I'm trying not to give anything away on any of the series because I don't, in case you want to get into this, I don't want to give anything away. This one kind of takes a different direction than the others. It's a completely different vibe than the other books in the series, I feel like, which the book 3 was as well, because you read the Interview with the Devils, the first 2, and then you read The Witch. He suggested read The Witch, and then he suggested to go back into the Interview with the Devils. So The Witch was a little different vibe too. This one goes into more of the thought-provoking religious exploration because he is like going to different countries and exploring different religions and talking to other religious leaders and just talking about different religions. So we're exploring all different religions in this one. So that's all I'm going to say about like the plot. But it's not as horror leaning in this one, and it's definitely not as dark as the others. One thing I do appreciate about the series is that Joe always seems to keep an open mind about religion, and well, I say always, in the beginning maybe not so much, but he tends to keep an open mind about religions and about the different religions even. Joe isn't really trying to prove anyone wrong or right. I enjoyed seeing him listen and genuinely trying to learn from different perspectives. The reason this one didn't get 5 stars, because the others in the series have gotten 5 stars, aside from The Witch. The Witch got 4. But the other Interview with the Devil books have gotten 5 stars from me. This one did not, unfortunately, and that's just because of editing. I have no issue like with typos, and I have no issue with things like that. It's normal. And no book is ever completely perfect. However, there were so many in here that it took me away from the story. It was very noticeable, so it took me out of the story a bit. So that was an issue with this one. I couldn't not take points away for that, unfortunately, and I have to be honest with it. Even though this wasn't my favorite book in the series, I would still highly recommend the series. I'm still going to keep going. I'm still going to read the next book, and I'm still very much looking forward to where it goes from here. This one took an interesting turn. This one went a direction that I did not expect. And I am just really invested in the series, and I'm always completely blown away by Michael Harbron's mind, and just he always takes it to a place that I'm like, wow, I would not have imagined that, and just very thought-provoking ideas, and I'm super interested. So I can't wait to read the next book in the series. I believe the next one is the short story collection, so that'll be interesting. It's interesting to put a short story collection in a series, so I'm really interested to see how that plays out. So I will keep you updated on the next book. Sorry if the angle is off, because I had to plug my phone in, it was dying. Anyways, the next one is Grotesque by Natsuo Kirino. This is another one that will be mentioned in the vlog that will be linked down below, and this is another one that is about sex workers, specifically Japanese prostitutes. And this one, like I said, I go into a lot more detail in the vlog, but this one too, there were two sex workers, like the two prostitutes that were both found murdered separately, two separate incidences, two separate times. And the main character in this, she knew both of them. One was her sister and one was her classmate. And this has multiple different points of view, like several different points of view, and also has dual timelines. Like it goes back in time to when they were all in school, and it goes to now. So, like we get the girls who have been murdered, like we get their points of view, like through journal entries, like diary entries, and we get like their experiences in high school, how they became prostitutes. Like we get all these different points of view, and it's really interesting. This explores so many different things, and it was a really interesting, thought-provoking read. And really this explores like patriarchy, it explores sex work and how and why women end up in sex work, and also specifically in Japan, but specifically like the social hierarchy in Japan. If you're not born into a certain family, if you're not born into a certain social class, you're kind of doomed. You know, like in this high school like is very prestigious, and you know, the kids that didn't start there were kind of doomed even. So this kind of explores that, and Japanese social hierarchy, and all these different things. I really go into it better in my vlog, but it goes into all those things. And just, it was really sad in parts, and actually it was really sad all the way through, but it was just, we also get the point of view of the killer too, by the way, and all the different points of view kind of are relevant to the story and how all these things came to be, and why what happened, and how all these things came together to, you know, create these turn of events, you know what I mean? So it was very thought-provoking, it was very interesting. It's a chunkier read, but I kind of flew through it just because I was so invested in the story, and I just found it so interesting. It was a really good read. What was this one also? I was trying to figure out if this was a translated or not, but it doesn't say who the translator is, if it is. So, but anyways, I really enjoyed it. It was 4 stars. So, but I'll let you view the vlog if you want to go into more thoughts on more of my thoughts, because I'll like really go into it then. Next up, this is I gave this one 4 stars as well. This was Metanoia by Michael Harbron. He sent me this book as well, and I really enjoyed this one. Okay, so I already told you what this was about, but I'll tell you again. So these kids kind of wake up one day and they realize that things are a little different. there's this fog everywhere, and they have no recollection of what happened before this. Like, they have no recollection of what happened. Their parents aren't there. Nothing is right. Like, nothing is right where they're at, right? The houses around them are empty, the buildings are empty, the parents aren't there, and like the whole town seems to have been abandoned, and they don't remember why or anything. They don't know what's going on. They're kind of trying to piece together what is going on, what happened, and there's this strange man. There's this strange man that keeps appearing, and he seems to be watching them, and he seems to know what's going on. I think I've mentioned this before, but to me, any story involving kids is terrifying. It's either the kids are creepy as hell, or you're terrified the whole time of what is going to happen to them. You're scared for the kids. Either way, they're usually scary. In this case, I was scared for the kids the whole time. I worried about them the entire story. From page 1, I was worried for these kids. In typical Michael Harbron fashion, nothing in this story is what it seems. It was trippy, it was weird, it was very eerie. Every time I thought I had things figured out, there was another twist. I was fully invested, and I wanted to uncover the truth right alongside Lucy and Damien. I was like right there with them. My favorite part, like the best thing, was atmosphere. The atmosphere in this was perfection. The fog, the creepy, eerie town, the weird characters and the creatures, everything there was perfect. Anytime these kids left their house, I was like holding my breath, hoping nothing happened to them. It was so scary. It really, genuinely was really scary. The kids had no idea who they could trust. They really didn't, and neither did I. The whole time, I had no idea. Everything felt like a trap. I think that's what made it so hard to put the book down, because I had to know what was going to happen next. I had to know like how they were going to get out of this, how they got into this, what really happened, what's the story, like how did we get here, and how are we getting out. I had to know. So that's what kept me turning the pages, I think, and I just could not put this down. So yeah, it was really good. I enjoyed it. I believe this is just a standalone. I don't think this is part of a series. I believe this is a standalone, and I just ate it up. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. So I would highly recommend this one. It was a very unique premise. Something that I've never read before. It was something completely different. At least I haven't ever come across anything like this, and I really enjoyed it. And finally, my number 1 read of the month. You probably already know if you've seen the vlog, and that is The Lamb by Lucy Rose. This is my 5-star read, and you probably also know it ripped my heart out. It devastated me. It completely devastated me, and that's really hard to do, because I mean, I've been known to have like a heart of steel, and this one had me blubbering like a baby. Like, I was ugly crying by the end of this. It completely ripped my heart out. Yeah, so this one, yeah, it's, everybody knows, like, you know from the back, this is cannibalistic, but really this is also very much about a toxic mother-daughter relationship. Very much so. So just know that, and I'm not going to say too much about it, because I've already gone all into it in the vlog, but just, it ripped my freaking heart out. It really did. Like, this one pulled at my heartstrings. I felt for Margot the entire time, and I wanted to reach in and give her the biggest hug the entire time, and just, this was so good. It was so well written. It was so good, and it was honestly almost not gonna be it was almost a 4 until the end, and I knew by the end, like, for a book to make me feel that strongly and to rip my heart out in such a strong way, like, it had to be a 5-star. It was so good. It was so good. Just freaking excellent in every way, and that's all I'll say about it right now. Like I said, if you want to see my full thoughts, I'll link the vlog down below, but it was really good. I feel like I flew through those, but some of those I'd already talked about, so that's why. And I only read 8 books, so sorry it took me so long to get to those. Finally, if you stuck around this long, I'm gonna be doing a couple giveaways. This one today is US only, unfortunately, but I didn't want to leave anybody out. So in a couple weeks, I'm gonna have another one, and it's gonna be for everybody. I have so many loyal subscribers, and I have people from everywhere, so I didn't want to leave anybody out. Today, because it is a physical thing to be mailed, that's why it's US only, because of shipping. The one in a couple of weeks, I'm going to do a $30 gift card to a bookstore of your choosing. So as long as I can get a digital gift card, you can choose where, any bookstore. Just look forward to that in a couple weeks. It'll be in a video like this. I'll just put it in some video in a couple weeks, so look forward to that. So this one's US. I'll show you what it is. It is Headlights by CJ Lead. It's a signed copy. And here's the signature. It's beautiful. I will pack it really well. And then it comes with this map. Comes with the map. It does have spoilers in here, so just be careful when you're looking in it if you haven't read the book yet. That is what this giveaway is. How to enter. All you have to do is make sure you subscribe to my channel, and then just comment below and let me know what your favorite book is. That's it. That's all you have to do. Also, just make sure you're in the United States, and make sure you are 18 years old or older. How you will know if you won is I will comment on your comment saying that you won. Don't be duped by a scammer. It will be my account that comments. You have until Sunday, July 26th at 12 p.m. Central Time to enter. And like I said, I will have another giveaway in a couple weeks, and that will be open to everybody. I've been wanting to do a giveaway for a while, and this just was the perfect opportunity to do it. And I wanted to thank everybody. I genuinely appreciate everybody's support, and just y'all are always so sweet and commenting and just following my videos and just watching my videos, and I so appreciate it. So I just wanted to do something to give back. So yeah, I will also post the rules in the description so you know, and thank you so much again. Next week, I'm gonna have my thrifting video. I did some thrifting where I got some stuff for my bookshelves, where I'm redoing my bookshelves, and my living room, because I told you we were gonna go thrifting for some living room decor. So I'm gonna have that up next week, so look forward to that. I will see you next week. Bye for now.